Hello, everyone. This is your host, Irsa Khalid, and welcome back to another insightful episode of Conversation with the Diplomat by DiploTV. Let me tell you a bit about DiploTV. DiploTV is an initiative of the Diplomatic Insight, which is Pakistan's premier foreign policy and diplomacy platform for over 17 years now. We believe in peace through informed dialogue, and this show is one of the flagship platforms to further that vision. My dear fellows, here's a question most people never think to ask. You probably have one framed on your wall. You earned it after years of hard work. It is called a diploma. That word diploma traces back to the Greek, meaning quite literally a paper folded double. In the ancient world, before the envelope existed, important documents were folded in half and sealed to protect what was written inside. And when rulers began sending representatives abroad, those representatives carried that same folded document, their credentials, their authority, their identity. And the person who carried the folded paper became the diplomat. Every title, every protocol, every negotiation you see today, it all traces back to that single act, the folding of a piece of paper. And just like that folded paper concealed what mattered most, today we unfold the person. We are really honored and grateful that today we are joined by His Excellency Syed Naveed Safdar Bokhari, Ambassador of Pakistan to Oman. Greetings to you, Your Excellency.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum, Irsa, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to appear in your program, Diplo TV. And I must begin by conveying my deep appreciation for the excellent work that you are doing through Diplo TV and also the excellent work being done by Diplomatic Insight.
Thank you so much. We're really honored. Viewers, let me tell you more about our today's guest. Mr. Syed Naveed Safdar Bokhari joined the Foreign Service of Pakistan in 2001 and has since held several key positions at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Islamabad. His roles have included serving as section officer in the South Asia Division, director in Foreign Secretary Office, and later as director and director general for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. His diplomatic career abroad reflects a wide range of international experience. He served at the Embassy of Pakistan in Beijing as third, second, and first secretary. He was later posted to Washington, D.C., where he served as first secretary and consular, and subsequently as deputy chief of mission. In between, he also served as Deputy Consul General at the Consulate General of Pakistan in Chengdu, China. Your Excellency, welcome to Diplo TV. Thank you so much for your time. My first question from you is that tell us about yourself, your journey, how did it all started, and where did you get your education?
Thank you so much, Irsa. As you know, in our part of the world, it's quite common for people from very diverse backgrounds to appear in competitive exam and then join various federal government services. So I am one of those. I did my medicine from King Edward Medical College in which is now Mashallah University in Lahore in 1995. Then I did serve as a medical practitioner for a few years. Eventually appeared in the competitive exam and joined the Foreign Service of Pakistan. So that's a very brief journey prior to joining the Foreign Service of Pakistan. But since then, Alhamdulillah, it has been a very, very rewarding journey so far. No regrets. And Alhamdulillah, I think Allah has been very kind to me as a Foreign Office professional.
So why this switch? You were a proper medical doctor and you have studied for that. And from being an MBBS doctor to joining the foreign service, and why did you switch your profession?
That's a good question. I, for one, was initially when I graduated from King Edward Medical College, I was not one who was in favor of doctors doing CSS. I was rather one of those who were quite opposed to this, and I thought that we should stick to the noble profession, the profession of practicing medicine. But life is full of surprises. We really don't know what's coming up. So eventually, in a few years' time, situation was such that I had to also decide to appear in. Give it a one shot. It was like an effort, and Alhamdulillah, I cleared the interview, and eventually I wanted to join the foreign service. I got this choice also, because in competitive exam that is very very important. You might clear the written, might clear the interview, but you end up getting a group that you don't want to serve in. So that's
Exactly.
it was very kind, and I got foreign service. So that's it. It was not like I had planned. Even during my medical college days, that I once I do my MBBS, I will do CSS. Some people do that, but I was not one of those. It was quite later on that I decided to appear in the competitive exam.
So, my question to you is why foreign service then? Why did you want to join this specific
Yes,
group?
I think in my family, there were elders who had my father-in-law. He had served in Pakistan Army in 1980s. He retired in 1980s, and he retired at a very high post. And he had interacted with the ambassadors in those days, in 1980s, 1970s, and he had counseled me, advised me that this is a profession that you should opt for. And I also wanted to maybe join a service where I could maybe my analytical skills or something like that. I don't know. It's not 26 years ago, so I'm not very clear now what were the motivations, but definitely he is one person. Lieutenant General retired Syed Naveed Safdar Bokhari. He had a huge influence on me, and he guided me, and I joined the foreign service. And Alhamdulillah, I think that was a very, very wise advice that he gave to me.
So, what is your take on this? On to go on the go life. Uh, I would say a nomadic life. You have to serve in your country, then you do go abroad for 3 years, and then again you keep on switching throughout your life.
Yes, before I answer this question, as a part of last question's answer, I would like to highlight here the importance of career counseling, which
Right.
in our days, when we were studying in schools and colleges, it was non-existent. I think it is very much there now in high quality educational institutions. And this really shows the importance of good career counseling, because I didn't get it in my educational institution, but definitely in my family. I think we need to focus on this when it comes to our educational system. As far as the lifestyle is concerned, obviously, it has its pros and cons, both. Obviously, on the positive side, you get to see the world, and you get to see the world in the best of manners, where you are representing your state, your nation, with all the respect that is attached to the profession of diplomacy, to diplomats. The downside is that, as you mentioned, you are always on the move. It's very difficult to settle down after every 3 years. And obviously, while one is traveling and seeing the world, experiencing various cultures, there is also that element of cultural shock also. And especially if you tend to travel between two very different civilization and cultures. And in my case, that has happened quite frequently. As you mentioned, I have basically been posted to China and America. So these are two very, very important countries, but from cultural point of view, very, very different. And of course, the most important factor is how the children cope with this. We as adults, me, my wife, maybe we were in a better position to understand, but it was a really very challenging task, especially for my wife, to explain to our children, to make sure that they also understand why they can no longer meet their friends and they might not see their friends for the rest of their lives, which they have made in maybe Beijing and Chengdu and Washington, D.C. But Alhamdulillah, I think my wife has done a wonderful job. She has been a wonderful mother, and my children now they're mashallah grown up. Now they are professionals in their own right. They have jobs. But yes, this is a challenge which every diplomat has to face. So it's a mixed bag. There's a lot of positive things in it, and but then you have to face certain challenges, and of course you are away from your family. I mean, there are points in your life and your family needs you back home. You cannot be there. Marriages, unfortunately, deaths, people get ill, sick, you cannot be there to be with them. That also is a big challenge, how to cope with that. So it's a mixed bag.
Yeah, exactly. So, are these sacrifices worth it? What do you say?
I would say yes, but again, this is me. I mean, some of other colleagues might feel that maybe it was not work, but I think the kind of work that we do as diplomats, um, uh, right at the foundational level, it is all about ensuring, number one, that your national interest is protected, is safeguarded, is promoted, but in a manner that creates win-win situations. That is very important. So we diplomats, our core function is to connect, is to keep the doors open. It's even if there's half an opportunity to convert it into a full opportunity. So that is, I think, in present world when we have our crisis emerging in all parts of the world. I think the job of a diplomat, and I think of the last 25 years, when we joined, 9/11 happened soon after. And it has been a very chaotic 26 years in international politics. So the work of a diplomat is a very I think it's a very noble work to promote peace, to promote friendships, to create friendships, and then to promote and strengthen further those friendships.
And
Uh,
sustain them.
Sustain them, and to connect people, to identify opportunities, to avail those opportunities in the optimal manner. So I think it's worth it. Someone has to do in all professions. I would say that if you ask any other professional, every profession has its challenges, has its downs and ups and downs. I think in each and every profession, ultimately, when you have completed quarter of a century, 25 years, I think very few people will tell you that it was not worth it. Every profession has its importance for our lives, for our individual lives, for our collective lives. So I'm in a similar position. Alhamdulillah, after 25 years, 26 years, I think I can say that it was worth it. Alhamdulillah.
That's great. You have mentioned about cultural shocks, and I would say the diversity of culture. Tell us any experience that really surprised you, shook you, or you got mesmerized by the idea. Any cultural practice or anything in, be it China or United States.
I think because before joining the Foreign Service of Pakistan, I had not traveled that much abroad. I had traveled within Pakistan, but not abroad. And so it was a journey of discovery, you can say, started with Beijing. Beijing of those days was pre-Olympics. I went there in 2003, but it was developing at a very, very rapid pace, and that was, I think, an experience that I will never forget. To witness that magnitude of development and that pace of development every day, the way buildings were coming up and roads were being built, and various initiatives were being launched in Beijing. That was a unique experience. Um, In America, it was a different experience because America in the US, maybe what Beijing was doing in 2003, 2004, a few decades ago, Washington, D.C., and America would have gone through the same phase. But in 2011, when I went there, they were in the phase of consolidating whatever they had done and a superpower, and interacting with them, interacting with the think tanks, with with their foreign office and Congress and White House. And Alhamdulillah, I was also very lucky to get an opportunity to sit in meetings, even in the White House, go to the Congress, attend hearings, go to the think tanks. So it was a very wholesome experience, very different experience in both. Both are very, very important countries. China is our strategic partner, and the friendship knows no boundary when it comes to Pakistan and China. USA obviously is also a very, very important partner for us. It's our biggest single country market, basically, for our traders, and even otherwise, it's a very, very important country. These, I think, experiences were very unique, and they really helped me evolve as a diplomat.
You get to see two different civilizations and their differences. And of course, there would be some similarities as well among the two, because we all live under this planet Earth and we all are human beings. And what do you miss about Pakistan?
Well, everything start with the family, obviously. Although I'm in Oman, it's not that far from Pakistan,
Exactly.
but still borders are there. So, and as ambassador, obviously, it's not possible to go very frequently to Pakistan. And obviously, everything it's my homeland, the people, my family, starting with that, and I have lived in Lahore for the last 40 years. Well, for the last 25 years, I have not been able to go that much to Lahore because the foreign office is in Islamabad. So, but still, I consider Lahore as my city, and miss every bit of it. Uh, Basically, it's something. It's again, you use the word sacrifice. This is something that we have to do as part of our job. My other colleagues who are in police service, who are in Pakistan administrative service, they move within Pakistan mostly. They also are not able to go to their home towns for extended period of times. In our case, it's crossing the borders and going into other countries. So I think everything about Pakistan. Pakistan is in our heart. I try to, because mashallah in Oman we have a large Pakistani expat community, about 400,000 people. So we
Yeah,
try to create that climate of that environment of being in Pakistan through various cultural functions. We held two very successful mushairas earlier this year. Then there was a
that's
Sindhi function.
interesting.
Yeah, Sindhi function here by the Sindhi community. And so we try our best to be as close to Pakistan as possible.
So, do we have people from Sindh and Balochistan and Punjab? Punjab would be, of course, Punjabis would be there. You know, people from all the four provinces in Oman.
Yes, and this is something, Irsa, that I'm very focused on. That in all these initiatives, because it's a big community, we have a social club here, Pakistan Community Social Club, and there are other initiatives also. It's my efforts to ensure that all representatives of all four provinces are there, and also all the religious communities are also represented. We have a big Christian Pakistani community here, a big Hindu Pakistani community here, and there is a Sikh Pakistani community also here.
Oh, nice.
So I also engage them so it's basically you can say it's like a bouquet of flowers. So everyone brings his own colors to it and adds to the beauty. So that's the effort, that it has to be a comprehensive and all-inclusive effort when it comes to the embassy. Community, when they arrange, for example, the Sindhi function, it was a function by the Sindhi community, definitely, but there were many Punjabis and Pakhtuns and Balochis who were there sitting in the audience. But it was organized by the Sindhi community. But when it comes to the embassy, when we organize an event, or when I arrange some event at my residence, I try to make sure that everyone is represented.
It should be inclusive.
Yes.
Um, as you're serving in Oman, tell us, to our viewers and me, that what is one thing that you have noticed that this is, something should be adopted in Pakistan? Anything, any cultural practice, any, policy at the government level, or anything unique which you really want, think that this is something unique and perfect and we should all adopt it.
Isha, I must tell you that Omani culture is very close to Pakistani culture because of
Right.
our historical linkages. As you might recall, Gwadar was part of Oman till 1958, and there is still a big portion of Omani population that has family linkages with Balochistan and Sindh in Pakistan.
And Oman is our maritime neighbor as well.
Maritime neighbor as well. So there is a lot of, I would say, identical cultural norms and customs that we see on both sides. But one thing that I see here, because when I go, because Muscat is located on a coastline, so we have a beautiful beach here where
Right.
um, we go for a walk in the evening, sometimes, maybe not every day, but sometimes whenever I have time. Um, there I see families sitting together with children and maybe grandchildren also. Uh, I think, maybe still happening in Pakistan in the rural areas, but I think in the urban areas of Pakistan, this practice is not being. We don't have time now. Everyone is busy in his or her own life. So this is something that I would love if we could revive it in our urban centers, where family gets together at least once a week over a weekend, and have that get together. Maybe go out for picnic when the weather allows, and this is something that I think we should try to
Revive.
revive in Pakistan. Yes.
Mhm. And I think so we should do it because that was our identity. That was how we used to live with each other and, mingle together. Um, what defines a true diplomat?
Well, a true diplomat should be a very good listener. He should be able to listen, and he should not be a reactive person, because there are many instances where you will be hearing things which you don't like, uh, but that might not be the right time to respond. A response might complicate the situation. So you have to be a very good listener. You should be able to um, know when to say and what to say. Another, I think, quality of a good diplomat should be to see the trends, and this is, I think, a core duty of a diplomat, a person belonging to a foreign service, that he should be the eyes and ears of his headquarters when he's posted abroad. Because whatever is happening in Oman, I am the one who is in charge, who has this responsibility to inform my headquarter back home. So if I am unable to do that job properly, that will translate into uh, less than optimal performance from our headquarters. So that is, I think, these are the two main things, that ability to listen and ability to analyze and foresee. These are two very important qualities for a diplomat. And obviously, you have to be an effective communicator. That goes without saying. You have to be an effective communicator.
Tell us about your interests. Do you like poetry? Do you read books or play golf or anything of your interest?
Yeah, I read books. I must confess that not that much as I would love to, but whenever I have opportunity, I do that. Poetry, yes, I enjoy poetry. I enjoy listening to Pakistani ghazals.
What is
Uh,
your Pakistani ghazal or singer?
Well, there are so many. I mean, I'm not very aware of the contemporary ghazal scene,
No,
but
no problem.
definitely Mehdi
Yeah,
Hassan and Ghulam Ali, and these are the people that I listen to. Farida Khanum, I listen to. That is all you can say in terms of my interests, basically.
just
Actually, yes.
um, what advice would you give to young people like me who look up to you, or anyone who wants to join foreign service or live a life of a diplomat, or even not? Just your life advice, your learnings, which you want to transcend to us.
One sentence: there are no shortcuts in life. Hard work, hard work, hard work. I come across many young people here when I interact with the community. They are trying to maybe look for some path that would take them to success overnight. Um, there's no shortcut and there is no substitute to hard work. Um, and I would say that whatever profession you have joined, for the first 5 to 7 years at least, do everything. Do everything. As a diplomat, when I joined the Foreign Service of Pakistan, I did administrative work, I did protocol work. I used to be MC of many Qawwali nights in the embassy. And I used to be in charge of making sure that all the administrative things in the embassy are running fine, including having the grass cut in time and the garbage disposal and everything. This was the start of my career. I did everything. So once you are comfortable, once you have done that in the first 5 years, then as you grow in your career, you will see that nothing will be impossible, nothing will be difficult even for you because you have done everything. Whatever the
Mm,
life throws at you as a profession,
you will
you
take
would
it.
know how to
Yeah.
deal with that. You would know how to
Jack
deal
of
with that.
all trades.
You have to have that exposure. And that requires dedication, that requires hard work. This is something that is given for a doctor. Maybe I had this because I served as a
Yeah.
physician for 5 years, but I think in any profession, if someone just graduates and comes to CSS, if he joins police or PAS or postal group or information group, or if one is a businessman, whatever, or a journalist, I think first 5 to 7 years are key to your success. The more hard work you do in those foundational years, the more successful and more easier your life will be after those initial years.
I would say these are the $1 million words, and we should, etch these words in our memories and follow it. Give us any advice as a, Diplo TV and for this show, if you have, if you think we need some improvement or anything.
I think you are doing an excellent job and giving us opportunities. Normally, most of our work as a diplomat, it's not in public knowledge. We don't make headlines that much. I mean, the result makes headline, but behind those results, what is the effort? Nobody
No
knows about.
one, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's a very, very important and timely initiative by DiploTV to reach out to us, to provide us this platform, to interact through your platform with a wider audience. And hopefully, this will also lead to some interest in our youth to join the Foreign Service of Pakistan. We need bright people to come and join the Foreign Service of Pakistan. It's a very exciting profession. It's a very noble profession. And as I said, you get to see the world as a very respected representative of your state, and nothing can beat that. So I would encourage people, but obviously with the if you are comfortable with what the prerequisites are, which I just mentioned, if you think you can do it, do consider joining the Foreign Service of Pakistan.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your time.